Stay with news around the embattled Northwest. Premier Supra Mahumapelo. An Inter-Ministerial Committee probing the situation in the Northwest is refuting the claims that he is uncooperative. Let's speak to Phumla Williams. She's the spokesperson for the Inter-Ministerial Committee. Good evening, Phumla. Thanks for your time tonight. What pushed you to release this statement?
Good evening, Cathy, and good evening to the viewers. Yes, I think a couple of people must have seen in one of the weekend papers where an article seems to suggest that the Premier of the Northwest has been uncooperative. And I think as the IMC, it was felt that we need to correct this perception that the Premier is uncooperative. In fact, the IMC, together with its technical team, from the moment they were assigned the task by the President, they have received the cooperation from the officials right up to the executive led by the Premier of the Northwest. So I think it is an unfortunate story on the Sunday papers that seems to suggest that the Premier was uncooperative. The Premier was, in fact, leading the executive on Friday when they interacted with the ministers. So we're not quite sure where this story comes from.
Is part of your response in any way linked to the fact that, of course, this has also seemed to be quite a sensitive matter for the ANC to deal with? And so, I mean, have you received pressure by virtue of the majority of those who make up government officials?
No, absolutely no. From the moment we started working, Cathy, I think we need to give due where it is required. The ministers have received nothing except cooperation from the executive of the Northwest. The directors general who were working with the technocrats of the Northwest have received all the cooperation that we have. In fact, the reason we think that we will be on time to report back to Cabinet on Thursday was because the officials have been cooperative and the executive of the Northwest has been cooperative, led by the Premier of the Northwest. So there has been no pressure from anyone. As you will appreciate that today there was a follow-up meeting together with also the stakeholders, and I should go on to say that we didn't even finish. Our plan was to finish today, but we are going back tomorrow to continue engaging with also stakeholders who are also critical in what the ministers have been trying to gather. We've received all the cooperation. There's been no pressure from anyone for us to issue that statement. We just felt it's inaccurate and it's not fair.
Let's talk about the work that the Inter-Ministerial Committee has been doing so far. What have you been able to uncover with your work? What has it included?
Cathy, I think we've been very consistent. The IMC has been tasked by the President and the Cabinet, and it is only fair whatever that they have gathered, they will report back to the Cabinet together with the President, and thereafter we will be able to engage with the South Africans on what has been gathered. But safe to say that we have been able to work very closely with the officials from the Northwest, but we will report to the Cabinet as we had reported 2 weeks ago that on the 9th of May, the IMC is meant to report back to Cabinet.